Before we start, I want you to do something. Put your hand on your chest. Feel that? Your heart is beating right now, and with every single beat, it is pushing blood through your body at a pressure that could already be dangerously high. You would not know. There would be no pain, no obvious warning, nothing to make you think anything is wrong. That is exactly what makes what we are about to show you the most important video you will watch this week. Right now, as you watch this video, your blood pressure may be dangerously high, and there is a 40% chance you have absolutely no idea. Not because high blood pressure is rare, not because you have been careless, but because high blood pressure produces almost no symptoms while it silently destroys your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your eyes. Sometimes for decades before you feel a single thing. That is exactly why doctors call it the silent killer. And today, we are going to show you 8 subtle signs your body sends that most people dismiss as tiredness, stress, or getting older. Signs that mean your blood pressure may already be out of control. Stay with us through all 8, because sign number 7 is the one that surprises people the most, and sign number 8 is the one that sends most people straight to their doctor. Let us get into it. Before we get into the signs, here's something most people do not understand about blood pressure. Every time your heart beats, it pushes blood through a network of arteries that stretch for over 60,000 miles inside your body. When blood pressure is too high, it means your heart is working against excessive resistance with every single beat, every single minute, every single hour, day after day. That constant force does not just affect your heart. It slowly damages the walls of every artery in your body. It strains your kidneys. It starves your brain of stable blood flow. It ruptures tiny vessels in your eyes. All of this without a single symptom, until one day it cannot be silent anymore. Here are the 8 signs it sends before that day arrives. Sign number 1. You wake up in the morning with a headache, but not the kind you get from stress or dehydration. This headache sits at the back of your skull. It is there before you even get out of bed, and it tends to ease off as the morning goes on. Here is why this specific location matters. During sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops, but in people with uncontrolled hypertension, this nighttime drop either doesn't happen or the pressure actually spikes higher than normal during the early morning hours. This pressure surge stresses the blood vessels at the base of the brain, the occipital region, causing that characteristic dull, aching pain at the back of the head. Most people take a painkiller and move on. But if this headache greets you most mornings and it consistently appears at the back of your skull, it is not a headache problem. It is a pressure problem. And pressure problems inside your blood vessels, left unchecked, do not stay as headaches for long. Has this happened to you? A headache that's there before you even get up, sitting at the back of your head? Drop a comment below right now. Just type the number 1 if this sounds familiar. You might be surprised how many people watching this video right now are experiencing the exact same thing and had no idea what it meant. Sign number 2. You get nosebleeds, but nothing triggered them. No impact, no dry air, no cold. They just start. The inside of your nose is lined with an extremely dense network of tiny blood vessels. These vessels are some of the most fragile vessels in your entire body. When blood pressure is chronically elevated, those fragile nasal vessels are under constant excessive force. Over time, the vessel walls weaken, and eventually, something as simple as blowing your nose, bending down, or even nothing at all, causes one of those weakened vessels to rupture. Blood pressure so high, it is bursting vessels in your face. Most people who get these nosebleeds think, I'm just prone to them. It runs in my family. The air is dry. And sometimes those things are true. But frequent, unprovoked nosebleeds in an adult, especially combined with any other sign on this list, deserve a blood pressure check. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Sign number 3, Your vision blurs or doubles, but only sometimes, and then it clears again. Because it comes and goes, most people assume it is tiredness or they need new glasses. Here's what's actually happening inside your eyes. Your retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of each eye, is fed by an intricate web of tiny blood vessels. When blood pressure is persistently elevated, these vessels are under constant strain. Over time, they thicken, they narrow, they begin to leak. This is called hypertensive retinopathy, and it develops silently in the background of your vision long before you notice any change. The occasional blurring you experience is not your eyes being tired. It's those retinal vessels struggling to maintain stable blood flow to the most vision-critical tissue in your eye. Left unchecked, this process does not stay occasional. It progresses to permanent vision damage. In severe cases, sudden blindness. All from blood pressure that was never taken seriously. We're only at sign 3, and already we've covered your brain, your blood vessels, and your eyes. If any of this is sounding familiar, please hit subscribe right now before we continue. Every single week on this channel, we break down exactly what your body is trying to tell you before things get serious. Hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a video that could change everything. Sign number 4. You lie down at night and feel a pounding. Not pain, but a strong rhythmic pounding sensation in your chest, your neck, or deep inside your ears. This is called palpitations, and it is one of the most reported but least investigated signs of high blood pressure. When your heart is consistently working against high pressure, it compensates by pumping harder. The muscle walls of the heart begin to thicken from the constant effort, the same way any muscle thickens under stress. That thickened, overworked heart beats with more force than normal. And when everything is quiet at night, when there are no sounds or distractions, you feel it. Thumping in your chest, pulsing in your neck, a rhythmic pressure deep inside your ears that keeps you awake. Most people assume this is anxiety, stress from the day, too much coffee. But if this sensation appears consistently at night, especially when you are lying still, it is worth asking a very important question. Not, am I anxious? But how hard is my heart actually working right now? I want to pause here for a second. If you have ever lain awake at night feeling that pounding and you wrote it off as anxiety or stress, I need you to hear this. You were not imagining it. Your body was telling you something. The question is whether you are ready to listen now, before the consequences become impossible to ignore. Sign number 5. You get short of breath during activities that never used to bother you. Climbing one flight of stairs, walking to your car, carrying groceries from the kitchen to the table. Activities you could do effortlessly a year ago now leave you slightly breathless. Here is what is happening. Chronically high blood pressure forces your heart to work harder with every beat. Over time, that overworked heart becomes less efficient at pumping blood forward, and fluid begins backing up into the lungs. This fluid buildup reduces the lungs' ability to expand fully and exchange oxygen efficiently, leaving you breathless from the smallest exertion. But here's what makes this sign even more alarming. The same high blood pressure that is straining your heart is simultaneously damaging your kidney vessels, reducing their ability to filter fluid from the body. So the fluid backs up from both directions, heart pushing it backward into the lungs, kidneys unable to remove it from the blood. And you feel it as breathlessness, while both your heart and kidneys quietly lose ground. Most people accept this breathlessness as getting older, as being out of shape, as needing to exercise more. But if your breathlessness appeared gradually, if it has gotten slowly worse over the past year, age is not the explanation. Your cardiovascular system is. If you have a parent, a partner, or a friend who has been getting more breathless doing everyday things, please share this video with them right now. Pause, share it, then come back. What they learn from this video could genuinely change the direction of their health.
Sign number 6. You stand up, and for a few seconds the room spins. You feel lightheaded. You need to hold something. This happens because high blood pressure damages the body's ability to rapidly redistribute blood when your position changes. When you stand up, your body needs to immediately send more blood to your brain to compensate for gravity pulling it downward. In a healthy cardiovascular system, this happens automatically in under a second. But when blood vessels have been chronically stiffened and damaged by high pressure, they cannot respond quickly enough. For a few seconds, your brain receives less blood than it needs, and you feel that as dizziness. This is called orthostatic hypotension, a sudden, brief drop in blood pressure when standing, and it is a direct consequence of blood vessels that have lost their flexibility from years of excessive pressure. Most people grab the wall, wait for it to pass, and think nothing of it. But dizziness when standing is your cardiovascular system showing you in real time that its ability to manage blood flow is already compromised. Do not walk past that moment. That moment is data, and that data is telling you something important.
Sign number 7. This is the one we promised would surprise you. You are waking up multiple times every night to urinate. Now, if you watched our previous video on early warning signs of kidney disease, you know this is also a kidney warning sign. And if you watched our diabetes warning signs video, you know it appears there too. But here is what nobody tells you. High blood pressure is often the first condition that triggers this nighttime pattern, years before kidney disease or diabetes develops. Here is why. During the day, your blood pressure naturally causes your kidneys to retain more fluid and sodium than they should. Your body accumulates this excess fluid in your tissues, particularly your legs and lower body. But when you lie down at night, gravity is no longer pulling fluid downward. That accumulated fluid flows back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys, suddenly receiving more blood volume, respond by producing more urine. And you wake up. Once, twice, 3 times. The staggering thing about this sign is that most people have been experiencing it for years, waking up at night blaming aging or water intake or a small bladder, never once connecting it to blood pressure. If you have been waking up multiple times at night for months or years and you have not had your blood pressure checked recently, please hear this. That pattern is not random. Your body has been trying to tell you something every single night. Are you finally ready to listen? Comment below right now. Type the number 7 if this sign describes you, waking up at night to urinate and you never connected it to blood pressure. I want to see how many people watching this right now have been living with this sign without knowing what it meant. Sign number 8, the one we promised sends most people straight to their doctor. Your feet and ankles are swollen, not occasionally, but persistently. They swell during the day and do not fully go down by morning. Now, we covered swollen feet in our kidney disease video as a kidney warning sign, but here's what your competitors will not tell you, and what most people never find out until it is too late. Swollen ankles and feet from high blood pressure appear before kidney disease develops. High blood pressure on its own forces fluid out of your blood vessels and into surrounding tissue. Your ankles and feet, the lowest points in your body, accumulate this fluid first. This is your cardiovascular system showing you visible, physical evidence of a pressure system under extreme stress. And here is why sign 8 sends people to their doctor immediately, because it is the first sign on this list that you can see with your own eyes. Not a feeling, not a sensation. You look down and your ankles tell you the truth your blood pressure has been hiding for years. Press your finger into the swollen area and hold it for 5 seconds. If it leaves a dent that takes time to fill back in, that's pitting edema. And pitting edema from fluid your body cannot remove properly means your heart and blood vessels are already struggling. Do not dismiss this as tired feet. This is your body showing you visually what has been happening silently for a very long time.
Now, we need to talk about something that no other video on this topic covers completely: what high blood pressure is doing to your body right now, organ by organ. Because understanding this is not about fear, it is about motivation. Your heart. Every beat against high pressure forces your heart muscle to work harder than it was designed to. Over years, the left ventricle, the main pumping chamber, thickens and stiffens. It becomes less efficient, it fills with blood less easily, and one day it simply cannot keep up. That's called heart failure. Not because the heart stopped suddenly, but because it was quietly overworked for decades. Your brain. High pressure damages the tiny blood vessels that feed your brain tissue. Those damaged vessels can either rupture, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, or become blocked with clots, causing an ischemic stroke. But even before a stroke happens, the cumulative damage to brain blood vessels accelerates cognitive decline, memory problems, confusion, dementia, all driven silently by pressure that was never controlled. Your kidneys. We covered this in our kidney warning signs video, but here's the connection you need to understand. High blood pressure damages kidney vessels. Damaged kidneys then raise blood pressure further to try to maintain filtration. Higher blood pressure damages the kidneys further still. It's a cycle of destruction, each condition making the other worse, silently, until kidney failure forces dialysis. Your eyes. The retinal vessels in your eyes are so delicate that high blood pressure can rupture them completely, causing sudden vision loss or blindness. But even before rupture, the chronic pressure thickens and narrows them, progressively stealing your vision, so slowly you don't notice until significant damage is already done. Your arteries. Every artery in your body is being subjected to excessive force every single minute. Over time, the artery walls stiffen, plaques form more easily, the arteries narrow, blood flow to every organ is progressively reduced. This is why high blood pressure doesn't just cause one disease, it's the engine behind heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, blindness, and dementia, all at the same time, silently, simultaneously, right now. And here's the most important thing we want you to take from this section. Every single one of these processes, every organ destruction pathway we just described can be slowed, stopped, or reversed, but only if you catch it early enough to act. I need to ask you something directly. Is there someone in your life, a parent, a spouse, a sibling, a close friend, who you've been worried about? Someone who gets breathless easily, has swollen feet, wakes up at night, gets headaches in the morning? Share this video with them right now, not because you want to scare them, but because you love them, and because the information in this video, acted on early enough, could literally save their life. Pause this video, share it, then come back for the most important part. If you've been watching this channel, you may have already seen our videos on the early warning signs of diabetes and the silent signs of kidney failure. If you have, everything we've covered in those videos connects directly to what you just learned today. Diabetes damages kidney vessels. Damaged kidneys raise blood pressure further. High blood pressure damages the kidneys further still. It's a cycle of destruction, each condition making the other worse, silently until kidney failure forces dialysis. We're covering every link of this chain on this channel, one video at a time, because nobody else is showing you the complete picture, and you deserve to see it. The links to our diabetes and kidney disease videos are in the description below. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Together, those 3 videos may be the most important health information you consume this year. Let's quickly go through the 8 signs one final time. 1. Early morning headaches at the back of your skull. 2. Nosebleeds with no trigger. 3. Blurred or double vision that comes and goes. 4. Pounding sensation in your chest, neck, or ears at night. 5. Shortness of breath during easy activities. 6. Dizziness when you stand up. 7. Waking up multiple times at night to urinate. 8. Persistent swollen ankles and feet that never fully disappear. If you recognize 2 or more of these signs, here's exactly what to do. Step 1. Check your blood pressure today. You don't need a doctor for this first step. A blood pressure monitor is available at any pharmacy for less than the cost of a restaurant meal. You can also have it checked free at most pharmacies. A reading of 130/80 or higher means you need to speak to a doctor immediately. Step 2. If you're already on blood pressure medication and you feel fine, do not stop taking it. This is critically important. That feeling of being fine is your medication working. It is not proof that you no longer need it. More people end up in emergency situations from stopping blood pressure medication than from almost any other single decision. Step 3. Watch our videos on diabetes and kidney disease, because if your blood pressure is high, your kidneys and blood sugar need to be checked too. The links are in the description. Please use them. Before you go, I want to say something directly. Most people who watched this video to the end did so because something in it resonated with them. Maybe it was the morning headaches. Maybe it was the swollen feet. Maybe it was the nighttime urination that you always blamed on something else. Whatever it was, your body was already trying to tell you, and now you know what it was saying. The next step is yours. If this video helped you, share it with one person who needs it. And if you want to keep receiving information that could protect your life and the lives of the people you love, subscribe to Human Health Files right now. Hit the bell, because every single week we break down the silent warning signs your body gives before serious health problems appear. Signs that most people miss. Signs that caught early enough change everything. Your body is always talking. We're here to help you understand what it's saying. Stay informed, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next video.